on our lives right now. We are currently freezing.
Guys, it's so
I feel like
cold.
this has been a theme of our summer. I'm in a t-shirt, but it's actually like 40 degrees outside
40.
in Utah,
Guys,
where we live. We don't live, where my parents live.
It snowed.
It snowed, friends, it snowed. Let me show you the snow. You're gonna be blown away. It's only September 8th. How? We're so ready to go home. We've kind of been nomads this summer, just going wherever, living out of suitcases for the last 3 months, and we were actually super excited to get home. But today, yours truly are filming our first kiss story. Basically like our dating, okay wait, pause. Oh my
You're getting cold through the
gosh.
video. I'm cold.
Anyways, oh, so zoomed in on my face. As we were saying, we are filming our first kiss story today because there's two different sides to this story, and we kind of told it already in our story YouTube video. That was like one of the first ones. You can go back and watch it. Literally one of like our first videos. We kind of told a little bit about it there, but we wanted to like really go in depth on this story because it's a really good one, and it honestly tells quite a bit about Connor and I's relationship. We want to tell you like what really happened, and Connor might be a little embarrassed. It's fine, whatever. It's gonna be good. Apparently Connor, we're gonna drive to the store because Connor is deathly allergic to my family's dog, and he's having a really hard time breathing. So.
You can't tell. I'm not breathing heavy because I'm nervous. I'm just breathing heavy because I can't breathe.
You want to tell the story about how you asked for permission to marry me from my dad, and you like almost died because you couldn't breathe?
How I asked for his blessing?
Yeah.
I know this isn't the story that you guys all came here to watch, but when I was dating Britnee, we knew we wanted to get married. I drove up here to Logan.
Hey, eyes on the road.
I drove up here to Logan to meet with her dad and talk to him about it, if I could get his blessing. I thought the conversation would probably be like 15-20 minutes and I'd be out of there, but because I'm like deathly allergic to dogs, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, so I didn't bring my inhaler or take any asthma meds. Get to the house, we go into this room, and it's like where the dog loves to hang out. So that was already a pretty bad situation. He brought in his notebook, and I was thinking this was gonna be a short conversation, but
Wait, a little background. I'm the only girl in my family, and I'm a daddy's girl. That's why this was like his only time doing this, so that's why he had like prepared his thoughts.
Right, so we go in, we start having our conversation. Long story short, it goes for an hour and a half, and in the middle of this conversation, I am just like gasping for air.
Like,
Literally
why didn't you say
and sweating
something?
because I didn't think, I just thought it'd be over sooner and I could just get out and go get my inhaler.
Wasn't the dog sitting on you?
No, the dog was in and out of the room though, and I was just struggling. Conversation
we
ends,
can
and
laugh
I
about this now,
can
but it was
barely
funny.
get air into my lungs. Literally dying. I'm sweating. I'm like breathing heavy, and I'm sure Britt's dad is thinking, wow, he's very nervous to talk to me. But in reality, I just couldn't breathe.
He was nervous.
I was dying, so I had to get out of there after we finished. I'm driving the car. Britt like is curious about how the whole conversation went. I literally couldn't even hop on the phone because I didn't have enough air to talk.
My parents had called me after he left, and I was like, how'd it go? And they were like, oh, it went good, but he seemed like really nervous. He kept like coughing and like trying to clear his throat, and I was like, that's weird, like that doesn't really sound like him. And I was like, wait, was Dixie in the house? Was our dog in the house? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, did he tell you he's allergic? And they were like, no. I'm like, why?
Oh, Connor just trying to be a good guy, not trying to cause a scene.
That's not their fault, but
No, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. It's just the dog's fault.
but it's their dog. I love that dog with all my heart. It's all little Dixie Doodles.
Anyways, Britt had
but
to drive all the way from Provo, Utah to meet me halfway to get me my inhaler.
Yep.
And she drove like an hour.
so it's a 2-hour drive from where we were living in Provo to my parents' house in Logan. I thought he was gonna die. I had to bring him an inhaler. He wouldn't go to the ER.
I didn't really want to go to the
And anyways, and he wouldn't talk on the phone to me. Like, you couldn't have been a little bit more dramatic. So I like drove 90 on the freeway, just going so fast, tears just like streaming down my face, like I couldn't even like see. My camera died. How rude, right in the middle of my story. But anyways, I made it to Connor, got him his inhaler, and he survived. So he's gonna make it through the next few days here too. just got his Benadryl.
Got my drugs. Ready to sleep the next couple days, so I will be okay.
We're gonna go park so we can tell you guys all about this story. Okay friends, let's take it back to January of 2016. I was at school at Dixie State, which is like a college in southern Utah, and I had decided that I was gonna transfer schools to BYU. I really didn't have any friends there because everyone was on missions or at like Utah State, where I grew up. First day of, I had this internship class in the business program because I was gonna be an accounting major. Didn't pan out. My first day of this intern class, I got assigned to an internship that had like 5 kids in it randomly out of like the, I don't know, 400 that were in the class. So I met him there and he decided to take it upon himself to get everyone's phone numbers and be the group leader. It was a sneaky guy.
It's a good idea.
That's how we met, and Connor got my number, and long story short, we ended up starting to go on like some dates and hanging out. And we had hung out slash like gone on a few dates, like actual dates. They weren't just like a hangout, where he had like come over, picked me up, and like paid for me, which was hard for him.
What?
He hated paying for food if it wasn't gonna be his wife, which is actually kind of smart.
I'm okay to pay for an activity, but food, I just didn't really.
She would always say, "Come pre-fed."
Hey, another idea for all of you out there.
That part kills me. Come pre-fed. And if he would have known how much I loved food, dude, he was lucky that I kept hanging out with him. If he told me that I couldn't even eat when I was with him. I was really starting to like him, and I was also like going on a few dates with some other guys, but I really liked Connor like the most. I just didn't know where he was at because he hadn't made any moves at all. We'd hugged and stuff, but he was not a PDA person at all. He didn't like holding hands. He hadn't
held hands.
No, we did not hold hands. Why hasn't he gone in for a move? So I thought like either he didn't like me and he thought that we were just friends, which would be really weird because we were like cuddling and he had asked me on dates, or I was like, he's probably scared. Like maybe he's just like
Britt's like over there, he's scared to kiss me. I'm so good looking. He's just so nervous. All right, back to me, guys. It's my turn to tell this part. Britt was right. We had been going on dates. I was having a fun time. We were both dating other people, but we're both super interested. I at least was really interested in Britt too. I wasn't dating anybody else. But my strategy was this, that I couldn't kiss her too soon because Britt was like a 10 in my book. And I couldn't just kiss her because all the other guys in Provo were wanting to do the same. Because look at her. She's beautiful. So I figured if I just hold out as long as I can, she's gonna be like, what's going on? She's just gonna be like, okay, this is weird. He likes me, we keep going on dates, and he's not kissing me. And that was my strategy.
That doesn't make any sense though, because I had to play hard to get. I had to play like I wasn't as interested. What were you hoping would happen? I was hoping you'd like me and think I was different from all the other guys who were trying to just kiss you. 3 or 4 dates. We had gone bowling together where Britt was super into me. Yeah, he wore a really cute outfit that day. His pocket hat. Yep, and then we had gone shotgun shooting. And we had gone... And he showed me how to shoot the gun behind me, wrapping his arms around me. Britt was obsessed with that too. So cute. And I think we had done another date. This is where the first kiss begins. Wait, so what was the date that we went on the day that we had our first? I think we did like a double date at a friend's house. We made like dinner and then we hot tubbed. I was trying to be a gentleman and get Britt back by like a decent hour so she could go to bed. Yeah, he dropped me off at like 10:30 and I was like, what the crap? It was like 11. It was like... Okay. For the date, I had hung out like with all my roommates and like they all knew, and like my best friend, they were like, why doesn't he kiss you? It's so weird he doesn't kiss you. Like, and I kept talking to them, does he like me? I just don't really know. And they were like, okay, well tonight for sure. He's for sure gonna do it, right? Like you've hung out 5 times. This is just like, you've gone on 5 dates. I love all these girls' strategies. You just, like, that would be weird if he didn't, and then we'll really know if he doesn't tonight, that he just doesn't like you. We go on a date. Get her home to her apartment, I'm like, feeling, all right, she's expecting a kiss. She's like, wanting me to kiss her, and I'm like, Connor, stay strong. You can do this just a little bit longer. You can do this a little bit longer. How long are you gonna wait? As long as it took. And so I get her to her house, give her hug, and I could tell she was super annoyed. I just give her a hug, and she goes inside, and I walk off and I say, see ya. And I was like, oh, I did it. I held out a little longer. And he would give so many hints. He'd be like this. No. He'd be like, he'd give me a hug, and then he'd be like,
yeah, that's what happened. Because I want to kiss her
like,
too. It's not like I didn't want to kiss her. Like, look at her. But I had to stay strong
so
because
dumb.
all the other guys were trying to kiss her. So we get.
So you just thought that maybe you're a bad kisser?
No, I just thought that I had to be different. That was my strategy.
Go inside, and my roommates and like my friends are there, and they're like, so what happened? And I'm like, nothing, guys. Like, he obviously doesn't like me, and they're no. He's just scared. You just gotta give him one more chance. Okay, what should I do? And one of my friends was like, well, I'm actually having a guy over tonight to watch a movie, because she was kind of dating a kid. She's like, you should just invite him and like have him come, and like it'll just be a casual hangout or whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, he just dropped me off though, is that weird? She's, no, just text him and say, hey, like, we're gonna watch a movie, do you wanna come over? Makes me sound so desperate. So I texted him, hey, like, we're gonna watch a movie, actually, like, do you wanna come back over? And Connor says the dumbest thing. He's like, oh yeah, I can come over, but only if you pick me up, because I don't wanna lose my parking spot. I was like,
a background. I had gotten my car towed and booted
5,
like
buddy.
a week and a half before, and parking was very slim.
And it was cold. It was like snowy. But also, are you joking?
I'm walking back into my apartment thinking,
so I was like,
I killed it, and I get a text saying, come over and watch a movie.
What were you thinking though?
Not even, do you want to come over? It was
like,
come over and watch a movie. I was like,
come over and watch a movie. No,
she really wants a kiss tonight. That's what my thought was. I was like, Connor, just come on, you can do this one more day. So, Britt, as the kind soul as she was, she came and picked me up.
So I came and picked him up, even though I was like, guys, this is so dumb. Like, I'm telling my roommates, I'm like, this kid does not like me. Like, I just sound so desperate. So guess what? My roommate ends up not having that kid over. Somehow he like had to cancel, so he doesn't come over, so it's just me and Connor. So then I look even more desperate.
We took forever to watch a movie.
Yeah, we took forever to watch a movie.
Movie was garbage.
Like,
we're just cuddling.
Still didn't like go in for anything.
Happening.
By then I was just
She
like
was
so
ticked.
annoyed.
I
I was
could
just
tell she
like
was ticked
over
at
it.
me.
I felt super rejected, and I was just like, this is just like really dumb, and I'm just confused and annoyed at this kid. We get to his apartment, and I'm like, okay, like he was being super flirty, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna kiss me. So we get there, and we get out of the car, and we have like the longest hug of a lifetime. Let's reenact it.
Hugs. Oh, this is so fun.
Wow,
And then-
it's such a fun
and
night.
then
Thanks for coming.
I pull off like this to say goodbye. And what'd you do?
Well, he doesn't go in for it. I'm like, okay, this is so dumb. Like, I was almost just in spite. This is so sad that it had to be this way. So I just go in for it. I just grab his face.
No,
and just,
she
like,
hooked her arm around my neck, pulls me in, kisses me, looks at me and says, if I didn't do it, no one was gonna do it. Hops in the car, slams the door shut, and is about to drive off.
I was about to drive off.
And
No, I started driving off, and Connor
I'm
comes
like,
up and he's
patting
like,
the window, like,
he's
no,
like,
no.
and I'm like, whatever. And I just
She's
like
all
drove
ticked
away.
at me. The window, and
What? I was just so annoyed at that point. He was just
We
like,
kissed
you don't
again,
even
though.
like me.
And-
And he was like,
No.
oh, what did he say? Like, you were like, no, like, that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all.
I don't
And then
know.
you like went in for another kiss, and I was just like, this kid is so
and
dumb.
Britt drives off thinking she's never gonna
F
see
drove
me
off
again.
thinking, I'm never gonna hang out with this kid again. He just like made me feel so stupid.
But we're in an internship group together, so that's a little awkward. That's a little awkward.
So from your perspective, were you like, oh my gosh, she just kissed me, like, or were you like, oh my gosh, why didn't I just kiss her? This is dumb.
Looking back, it was kind of dumb, but in the moment, for some reason, it was such a big deal to me to be different than all the
You
other
just
guys
wanted
that were
to
coming
be
after you.
different.
And guess what? I won at the end of the day. None of the other guys got married to you.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, so now we kind of have to tell how we ended up together, because if we didn't, because if it were based on that first kiss, we probably never would have been together.
Yeah, then I don't even remember what happened after. We basically just
He just kept like asking me, so he kept
To hang
asking me on
out.
dates, kept asking me to hang out, and I was like, dude, this kid's so annoying. But like
But
then-
Britt still got butterflies every time I called her, because
I
I'd
did.
call her to go on a date. She'd sprint out of her class, answer her phone. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, just in class right now? Oh. And she's like, but I ran out to answer the phone call.
I didn't do that.
And she was so excited.
And for some reason, I just really, really liked Connor. I mean, obviously, he's super good looking and super funny. Just everything I've always wanted. So I gave him a second chance, and he actually did pretty good with it. And from then on, we were hooked and never hung out with anybody else, and the rest is history. Speaking of that, actually, our 4th year anniversary is coming up in 2 weeks.
We will be in
It feels
quarantine
like-
in Hawaii.
So we've known each other for like 5 years, but we've been married for like
Yeah, 4.5
each
years.
Yeah. Okay, so moral of the story, all you girls out there, go after what you want. If you want it, go after it. Don't be afraid of make the first move, because obviously it worked out in our case, and it's never like a bad thing if like the girl makes the first move, I'd say.
Yeah, it turned out great. And I knew that she really liked me.
Yeah.
She
no.
really liked me because she came and picked me up.
And here's the thing, I had nothing to lose, because if I didn't kiss him, I would have like regretted not kissing him. But because I did, it ended up working out. So there was nothing to lose. Even if we wouldn't have ended up together, I did what I felt like I should do, you know?
Was the first kiss awkward?
Yeah. It wasn't like awkward, but I think it was just like in spite almost. So it wasn't like
a full attack. Just kidding.
It kind of was a full attack. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to our story of our first kiss. And if you want to hear more stories about or see more things like about our relationship, you can follow our TikTok, Britnee Kent. We make a bunch of fun videos. We just made one about, I tried on my wedding dress for the first time since we got married like 4 years ago, and Connor cried, and it was so cute.
It was emotional because she was so beautiful. And she fit in it. It's been 4 years.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy I fit in it. I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, so you can follow that, and then just make sure to subscribe and like and comment on this video if you liked it and you want to see more things like this. If you have any certain ideas about like stories that you want us to tell, go ahead and comment those. And yeah, we'll be here every Wednesday with a new video.
That's right.
Love you guys.